Hey guys, Joshua here at saltyscales.com. Today is How To Thursday, and I'm going to be showing you how to work a topwater popper. Now, things we'll be covering is technique, tackle, and also the lure of choice here. So come on, and we'll get to it. All right, so first things first, let's talk about the tackle aspect. Today I'm using the Concept TX by 13 Fishing. This is a 6:6 gear ratio. Typically I'd recommend either a 6:6 up to a 7:1 gear ratio. And the reason being is because it's fast enough to really pick up the slack of that topwater lure. It really is a nice smooth reel too. I love it for this particular application. Now moving over to the rod, the Legend Extreme. This is a St. Croix 7 foot, and it's a medium fast power action. What I like about it is it has a great parabolic bend, and you want a rod that really is not too stiff at the very tip. So I would say the top quarter, you want a nice flex, and you don't want anything that's going to rip the hook from the fish's mouth. So a solid backbone, but a nice flexible fast tip works best for me. All right, so here's the Yozuri that we're using today. This is a topwater, a chugger, and this is a beautiful lure, guys. It really spits a lot of water, has a loud rattle that resonates throughout the water. You can use this in both saltwater or freshwater, and it's highly effective. This is actually the mullet pattern that I got in one of my MTB boxes a couple months back. So I'm glad to be able to show you this in action, and I'll tell you what, it's being destroyed. All right, so for the leader material, it really depends on what you're fishing for. If it's a bass application, I would go probably around 17-pound test leader line, 17 to 20. Depending on how thick the cover is. Out here today catching these barramundis, we're actually throwing 30 to 40 pound test, and some would even say if they were larger fish, you'd probably want to go up to 50 to 60 pound test. They don't seem to be too leader shy. But you want to use a monofilament, not a fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon sinks. The monofilament is going to float and allow for optimal action out of your topwater chugger. So let's go ahead and make a few casts. Maybe we could catch a fish on video for you and show you the different cadences that I truly like. All right, guys, so with the cadence, what I can recommend is varying your retrieve. And one of the most important things that I can tell you that I found by using a popper is really the pause. Now, your retrieve is going to vary based off of how warm or how cold it is, and in some instances, well, in many instances, the species of fish that you're targeting. Now, for example, today we're out here with these barramundi. They're very similar to the snook. Now, what we have found, especially with the advice of Byron, the owner of this farm, is that the longer you let it sit, the better your odds are to get an explosive strike. So I have actually been doing 4 to 5 second counts, and that is a lot of times when we'll get that aggressive strike. Let's see if I can show you what I mean. See if I can get one on video for you. Oh, that was freaking sweet. Did you see what happened? I sped up the cadence and he ate. That's a good one, boys. Whoa! And this, guys, all I did was speed up the cadence. They didn't want the slower cadence. I sped it up, and he destroyed it. All right, guys, so that's how you're successful with the topwater popper. Vary your cadence, use the right rod, the right type of reel, and it's gonna really work for you. Dean's actually hooked up in the background. You hear him grunting, don't you? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tip. If you did, please give a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that bell notification. Hey, check out Dean. Mine's a little smaller. Oh, Dean got a cute one. Just a little bit. So, again, pound that like button, guys. Until next time, I'll see you on the water.